Hi everybody, Mrs. Francisco here. I hope you're all keeping well and keeping safe. Today we're not going to do any more theory for today's video, but I'm going to set you a little challenge, okay? So your challenge is to take 10 photos across your day, okay? You're probably thinking, oh, I don't do anything that interesting that I could take 10 photos of. But if you look at these 10 photos, you can see that you can pretty much make anything look beautiful, colourful. And all you have to do is play around with all of the different theories that we've talked about so far. So think about your shutter speed, think about your ISO, think about your aperture, think about your composition, think about whether you're going to frame the photo, whether you're going to use leading lines. Remember your rule of thirds. And think about the colours. If you think, wow, that looks cool, take a photo of it, okay? And don't just look at objects. I've taken my 10 photos today. Look at shadows. Look at the way the light is shining through a certain object, okay? So I'll show you my 10 photos that I've taken today. There's my first one. There's my little pooch. And I loved, my other dog was sitting on the floor, but Bruce, who was on the floor, there was no light on him and it was really dark and he was in the shadow. But I love this photo because of the different shadows and the way the light's bouncing off her, like her fur, off her face. Okay? And you can see I've used the rule of thirds. She's in the right-hand third. Her head is on that spot, the intersection on the photo, where it really makes your eye go to that section. Here's my next one. So this one, what I did was I sat on the floor. I've used framing. So I used the window frame. I used the wall. I used the plants on the windowsill. And I framed it up with the house on the opposite side of the road. And then we have this wire that's running across just to break the whole thing up. Okay, next one. I've always got flowers and plants in my house. So this is a lily. And because I've done such a close-up, you can see all of the texture. And you can see all the texture, the pollen on the stamen. Okay, I didn't need to show you the whole of the lily because you know what a lily looks like. I was really intrigued and interested by the texture. Here we go. I told you I've got lots of plants in my house. And when I was taking this photo, first of all, I wanted to take a photo of the front of the leaf because I thought, oh, it's really interesting, that one. It's got lots of holes in it. It's called fenestration. And then I was like, oh, hang on. If I go to the back of the leaf and I shoot towards the window, am I going to be able to get some of the sunlight? And that's exactly what I've been able to do. Called sunlight flares. And then I was making my lunch. I was boiling my eggs. And I loved the bubbling water, the boiling water, and the texture that the water has given in comparison to the shiny, sleek pan. Okay, so think about that. And then here we go again, different plant. And this time I've taken it from below. This is a very small plant, but you wouldn't be able to tell necessarily because of the angle that I've taken that at. And I really wanted to contrast how imposing and quite dark the plant comes across in comparison to the clouds and the sky behind. And again, rule of thirds, I've put it in the right-hand third. And you look up the plant and then your eyes wander into the space and you can see that beautiful cloud. And this photo is of the cord that when you pull it, the blinds go backwards and forwards. And I've used that. So I've got two cords, one that makes them go backwards and forwards and one of them that tilts the blinds. And I've taken a close-up and you can see the texture of the paint on the wall. And again, rule of thirds. This one, I thought, right, I'm going to take one in my kitchen now. What can I do here? So I just lay down, this is a roll of kitchen roll. I lay it down and I pointed it towards something. And in the background, this is a pan. In fact, you can see the reflection of the kitchen roll in the pan. And that's why I wanted to take a picture of the pan, because it's in comparison to the rough kitchen roll, and the tube. It really there's a really big contrast between the shiny pan and the rough tube. And you can see that the focus of this photo is in that intersection of the 2/3. These photos are getting a little bit more abstract. So earlier on, everything I took a photo of, you knew exactly what I'd taken a photo of. You could see the object. But this is a photo through a hat, and it's of the light. So this is just a normal light in my dining room, and I covered the lens of my camera with my hat, and I've taken the photo. And you can see the light. Obviously the light's really cool, but also the way that it lights up, it brightens up all of the holes and the texture of the hat. And here I wanted to take a photo of the shadow. So the shadow that's created by this is my oven. This is the oven door. And on the shadow on the floor is the knob that you turned to turn the cooker on. Okay, so the lights above it were on, shining down onto those knobs, and they've created a shadow on the floor. There we go. So there's my 10 photos that I've taken today. Taking a mixture between the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, and I've used a range of different objects. So some things I've taken a picture of the thing, the subject, and you can tell what it is. And I've really thought about my rule of thirds, or if I'm going to be framing the photo, or whether there's contrast, or whether there's leading lines. And then others, I thought, well, how can I make an interesting photo with this? So you might cover up your lens, okay? You might look at the shadows or the way the light bounces in through the window. So your task, have a go at taking 10 pictures during your day. Have a look around at all of the beautiful light, the colours and the textures, and take as many photos as you can. They don't have to be joined together, they don't have to be interlinked. I just want to see what you see when you're walking around. Okay, good luck everybody, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Bye!